How's it going, ScrubGamers? Welcome back to another video here at ScrubGames, and today's video is a deck profile going over the deck I played in the most recent Webcam Locals for the UK, and that is Green Turles. So I've been playing, the aim for those events is for me to play a different deck each week, and I've been on like a green streak with these events, because first event I think I played King Cold, and then the one after I did switch to a different, I think I did switch to a different colour for that one. Trying to think about whether takes a runner, but I've run King Cold, Green Martian Boo. I'm gonna say Catapesla was the second one I ran, so it was King Cold, then Green Shadow on Catapesla, then Green Martian Boo with a bit of blue in it, and for this one I've run Green Turles because I just feel like green does have some good decks. It's not the best color, just because like most of the plays in green are more costly than other colours, which is the issue. Like most of the things you can do in green, you can do cheaper than in any other color. Like most plays for other colors cost 1 or 2 energy, like 1 energy most of the time. Green is quite hefty on its cost, and but it does have some fun decks. So I was like, one of the decks I was thinking about playing was Green Turles, one of the 3, because every week I pick 3 decks and I choose out of one, either by my my viewers on Twitch or YouTube picking, or on my Facebook page as well, which if you want to check them out, feel free to look at the description below and check them out. So for this one, I did want to try it out because I was having fun with it, I was enjoying it, and I thought I'd just go for it and try it out, just try a bit more green, have fun. And it actually did pretty well, as you'll see from, if you've seen the video I've put up on Monday, that shows off my stream of me playing it and how it goes, and it is quite fun. I do enjoy it, and I feel like it's quite nice, and it's quite a fun deck, and quite a cheap one as well. It's not very expensive, especially with the reprint of Charismatic coming out in the Cell deck. It's going to be even cheaper. So if you didn't know what Turles does, it is a leader all the way back for set 12. It has a permanent where if a Turles Crusher Corpse card in your battle area will be placed in its owner's drop area by one of your skills, it's sent to the owner's warp instead. So it means if you want to try and successor, you can't. So it's to stop you from so you basically can't play. You can't really play the Cell Zeno Secret Rareness, which is a shame. It would be fun, but it can spam a little board. Just means that your Turles Crusher Corpse can't add to it, but you kind of get everything's. But because you can easily just keep playing it, because it's from the same set as King Piccolo, and it's like playing things for quite cheap. And then it's also got an auto, where when you place this card in your leader area, you place up to 1 Tree of Might from your deck in your opponent's battle area, and that is this card, which is not a field. People keep thinking it's a field card because it's placed in the battle area, but it's a unique kind of card where it's not a field card, but it's placed in the battle area. And so when you start off the game, you get this straight on the deck. So it means if you're playing a 50 card deck, you've only got 49 cards in your deck. So it means your deck fitting easier than your opponent as well, which is quite nice. And then it does have a way to self-awaken, which is nice, and also an alternative awaken. The self-awaken effect is built into the auto, where when this card attacks, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, look up to 5 cards to the top of your deck, add up to 1 Turles Crusher Corpse card among them to your hand, and shuffle your deck. So you basically get to get 2 cards in a turn. There is a chance to whiff, but still you've got such a large engine of Crusher Corpse that it's very unlikely you're going to whiff off that. And as I said, it also an alternative awaken condition as well, because this awaken is when you're less at 4 or less, or if your opponent has 3 or more life face up, which is what the Tree of Might helps you do. You can draw a card, untap an energy, and switch active mode, so that mid-range kind of awaken, which is fun to have. And as well as that, it also has on its awakened side 2 permanents now. So it's got same permanent as the front, where if you would send any Crusher Corpse from your board to the drop by a skill, it's warped instead. And it now has a permanent where when this card deals damage, you choose the card in your opponent's life that they take. So it means if you connect and do damage with its swing, you get to choose which life they pick up. And since you're flipping their life face up, you get to see what's in their life, so you can choose what they get, but only from the leader swing. And now it has the auto when it attacks, it draws 1, so basically what most things do have when they awaken. And now it's got Activate Main, where once per turn, you choose 1 card in your hand and place it at the bottom of your deck. Add up to 1 Fruit of the Tree of Might from your drop area to your hand. So that's one of the big cards, and one of the big things about Green Turles that makes it quite great. is that you get the Tree of Might. Like, you always gain an advantage by getting that card to your hand thanks to the Tree of Might. And now we get on to, so that is all for later. Now we get on to the Tree of Might, the card that you start off with. It's got a permanent where while in a battle area, this card cannot be placed in the drop area by your skills, meaning it's your opponent, 'cause it's put on your opponent's side of the board when you start the game. And then you reduce the combo cost of all Turles Crusher Corpse cards in your opponent's hand and battle area by 1. And since you give it to your opponent, it affects you, so it basically makes your Crusher Corpse -1 cost combo in hand and on board. And then it's got an auto where if all your opponent's energy is mono green, if this card in your battle area if this card is in your battle area at the start of your main phase, choose one face down card in your life and flip it face up. If you do, your opponent adds up to one fruit of the Tree of Might from their deck to their hand, then shuffle their deck if they look through it. Essentially, every turn, that's your opponent's main phase. As long as you've got at least one energy and they're all green, your opponent chooses one of the face down life, flips it face up, and then you get to add a fruit of the Tree of Might to your hand from your deck. So it means you're always getting into your opponent's turn an extra card every turn to have a discard, charge, or whatever you want to do with it, which is quite nice. And the card is actually relevant and very strong when it helps with your comboing as well, which we'll see in a bit. And then there's a Never Activate main, which is only relevant if you're playing the mirror match, which is if your leader card is a Turles Crusher Corpse card, place this card in your opponent's battle area in active mode. So that's quite nice. One thing so like if you do on a mirror, you keep basically passing over the Tree of Might to both players, because you get 2 and you keep passing over to each other. And that's the only way outside of that's the only way you can really get rid of from your field if you have a I think you can still get rid of it. There's only a few ways to get rid of it. It's like the Zeno Unison -5 and then the Green Boo. I think can help get rid of it, because you're negating with those cards. You negate the skills of cards. But yeah, so that's the extra card that you start off with to help you deck fit and get your strategy going. Now we start off with I do have a Unison package in, and the one I'm playing is 4 of the King Vegeta. This one is a really good Unison because it gives you like the nice different options, and also, as I keep saying with every single deck profile I go over, every deck needs barrier removal, and this is exactly that, because we're going to ignore the counter attack because you're never really going to use that really to play it, and the permanent's not relevant most of the time. It's more the marker skills. It's a free specified cost green user with 19k. Its first marker skill is a +1 where you activate main. Choose up to one card from your opponent's hand or one card in the battle area, or one of the battle cards, ignoring barrier, and place it in his owner's drop area. So that's really good in the fact that you get to choose the card. So if you choose from your hand, you get to choose it, like same with Cell's Kamehameha. You get to choose it so your opponent doesn't get to discard a card that's dead. You get to rip a card from the hand, and you could potentially rip something strong from the hand that they don't want to lose. And you get to choose from one of your opponent's battle cards in the battle area, ignoring barrier, and it sends it to the drop, which means if a card says it can't be KO'd, or anything like that, like it can't be KO'd, this bypasses it because it's sending and not KOing. And we play 4 copies of this because it's such a great Unison, and we can kind of hold off very well in this deck. You can kind of hold off to later turns quite well against aggro, because it's green has that ability to defend quite easily. And you go with that as we normally do. Anytime you're playing a green Unison, you're always playing forward the Frieza Charismatic Villain. Great counter play, free as long as you got Unison out, and it's a great card and all. And that is it for the main Unison package. We do have Dormant, but we'll see in a bit. But that gets the extra cards. And then we have the Crusher Corpse cards. So first one, we got 3 of the Turles Crusher Corpse Commander. This is like your pseudo rideable card because it's got the Activate Battle skill, where for 1 green, if you have 2 or more Crusher Corpse cards in your combo area, you play this card from your hand. You can only control 1 wheel because it does have unique, but it does have deflect, meaning it can't be stopped from coming in. And its crew free costs 15k, which is not too bad skill wise, as cost wise and power wise. And it does also have an auto, which is choose 1 card from your hand and place it at the bottom of your deck. That's the cost. When this card is played, you draw 2 cards, and then this card gets 5k power until the end of your opponent's next turn. And then you flip up to one of your opponent's life face up. So it's got an extra in this auto. You not only fix your hand by putting cards you don't want in your hand to the bottom of the deck and drawing 2 brand new cards. You also get a 20k attacker until the end of your opponent's next turn. And as well as that, you get to add to the alternate awakening condition, by 5 when your opponent's life face up. So it adds to that, which is nice. And we play full 4 copies of it because it's a decent card, and you normally want to see these to help fix hand and just add that extra pressure. And then the ways we can kind of facilitate this, and also this is a 0 cost 5k combo, most of them do have 1 and it's only 3k for the other ones. So we've got Days Invader of Earth. This is one of the cards that, same with 2 more we're going to see, are cards where if your leader card is a Turles Crusher Corpse card, and this card was used in a combo from your deck or hand, you play this. If this card will be placed in its own drop area, you play it instead from a combo area. You play it in rest mode instead. So that means you combo with this, and instead of going to drop afterwards, it then plays itself in rest instead of going to drop. And the other ones do it. One of them does come in active instead of rest, which we'll see in a bit. But the next 3 we're going to see all have the same kind of effect as that. And this one has also of when it's played, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add up to 1 Turles Crusher Corpse card among them to your hand, and shuffle your deck. So, and also they're going to all have unique as well. There's not most of the Crusher Corpse card have unique, because if you otherwise you can spam tons of these. But if you do want to play more and you've got one on the board, you can always combo off the board and combo one from your hand. That also for today is bringing out the Turles, and also can play the new one as well. So this is a nice little search for top 3, and we've got quite a few Crusher Corpse, so it's not often you whiff. You might sometimes because only top 3, but it's not often you do. And we got Lakeshi and Raisin. These are the 2 other ones, and these go together. Once again, both are unique, but then Raisin has blocker. And as I said, they both have the same first auto as Days, but Raisin comes in active mode and rest mode because it has blocker. And then they both have a similar auto, second auto, which is if your leading card is a Turles Crusher Corpse card, when this card is played, play up to 1 green of the other one. So Lakeshi plays Raisin, Raisin plays Lakeshi. From your with an energy cost of 2 from your deck, and then shuffle your deck. And I think, yeah, so Lakeshi will play Raisin out in active mode, and Raisin will play Lakeshi out in rest mode. But then Lakeshi has the extra benefit of his effect in the fact that you draw 1 card and then choose 1 card from your hand and discard it as part of that. So Lakeshi will play Raisin in active mode, then draw 1 and discard 1, whereas Raisin you just play Lakeshi out in rest mode. And then they're both when the new one comes in, like when Raisin comes off Lakeshi, Lakeshi comes off Raisin, they then trigger their second auto as well. So it's quite nice. And we play a full 4 copies of each of these 3 cards because they're to keep the Turles Crusher Corpse, keep the engine going, and also because they deck thing quite well as well. And then next we've got Cacao, Invader of Earth. This is a super combo, just a standard when you last at 4 or less, draw a card, and it's relevant because it's a Turles Crusher Corpse card, so it adds to the fact that it's searchable and draws your card, which is fine with the deck, and it fits in nicely with this. That's it for the mono green Turles Crusher Corpse, because we do play some of the multicolour ones that came in a recent set. I think it was set 15, I think. I don't remember the many of the sets between set 13 and 16 exactly what they are, because they weren't the best sets, like for well, at least for green, at least. So we have Turles Dominance at Hand. So this is a new one that we got recently that also deals with this, as well as the yellow Turles cards. It's a 4 cost 16k with a 1 cost 5k combo. Remember, it's not really a 1 cost 5k because the filled card will allow you to combo it in without paying its entry cost. Without combo with it without paying its combo cost. And like all multicolours, it has energy source, but it also has blocker. And it does have a rival skill, but we don't use it in here because we don't charge anything that's not mono green, because we want the Trio of Might to keep getting us that advantage on the opponent's turn. But when it is played, it's got an auto, which is when it's played from your hand, you draw 1 card and then choose 1 or 2 effects. Now it does have 2, one for if your leader is yellow, one for if it's green. But since your leader is green, we're only going to go over the green effect, which is choose up to 1 if your leader card is green, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and switch to rest mode. So it's kind of opposite, like if your leader is yellow is like a popping effect, and if your leader is green is a resting effect. So it copies the opposite of it, because normally green is popping, destruction, and yellow is resting. So if it's got the opposite of those. And we're not going to be paying it for 4, we're going to be paying it for only 1 because of activate main, which is limit 1. Meaning you can only activate this effect on once across all copies of the card per turn. You can and by either playing a green or a yellow, it's mainly going to be yellow. Green. and if there are 2 or more Turles Crush Corps card in your battle area, you play this card from your hand. So it means once you get 2 Crush Corps, so opposite to this Turles here, the Crush Corps Commander, you want 2 instead of in combo where you want on board, and then you just pay 1 green when you've got 2 on board, play this card from hand, draw a card and West battle card, and then have a 16-game blocker. And we play 4 copies of those because it's helpful because it's playing and drawing, so it's not really using anything from your hand. And then to go with that, we also have Turles Dark Power Unleashed. So this also has, this is a big one, like a big boss and really nice card to have in the deck as well. 6 cost 25k, has blocker and revenge along with energy exhaust, and it's got, and we play this because it's also got a rival, but once again we don't rival these cards in because they require yellow energy, which then tampers with the Tree of Might skills. But instead we use the EX Evolve skill, which is for 2 energy, and put Green Turles with Green Turles Zeno with energy cost of 4, which is this 4-drop here. And it's got 2 very useful autos. The first one is an auto, which is 1 per turn, where when this card KOs opponent's battle card, switch this card to active mode and then choose 1 card from your opponent's hand and discard it. And you either do that by attacking into your opponent's cards with it, which is not often something you do, or you block and trigger Revenge to KO the battle card. So it can, if you block a battle card with it and then Revenge kills it, and it survives the attack, you then restand it and rip a card from your opponent's hand, so you can block again, which is nice. And the effect is only once per turn, so you won't get on the second one. But sometimes you can attack into something small if your opponent doesn't come, like a battle card at least, and then if they don't come out of it, you then restand this card and then have it to defend your next turn. And it has a useful effect for if your opponent tries to remove it, which is an auto. When this card is removed from your battle area by opponent's skill, choose all of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO them, then choose all your opponent's battle cards and switch them to rest mode. So it's very nice, similar to the old set 1 Freezer SR, where when it comes into play, or I think when it evolves or something like that, it does the same thing of KOing your opponent's rest mode cards, then resting whatever is active. And we play 4 copies of these because they're all free to combo. They're no combo cost because of the field card, and they just add to the overall engine deck searchability, which is nice. And that is it for the Turles Crush Corps card. Then we have some of the extra cards. So we got 4 Dormant Potential Unleash because it is a great way to survive turns easier by limiting your opponent down to only 2 attacks, including the attack you're using this on. And once we get to turn 3 and get our King Vegeta down, it's then free to play as well because of its permanent. Where if you have a green use in play, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand without paying its energy cost. And play 4 copies because there's no reason not to. Like, it was busted when we had 4 Roshis giving you 8, and that was banned. So we're always going to play 4 copies of it. And then we have the card that you search off the Tree of Might and can get from your leader from the drop when it's awakened, which is Fruit of the Tree of Might. So this is an activate battle 1 cost extra card. If your leader card is a Turles Crush Corps card, all of your energy is mono green. So another reason why we're only challenging mono green. And you flip 1 face-up card in your opponent's life face down, so another reason to have the life flipping strategy in effect. And that's all the costs as well. You choose 1 of your leader cards or battle cards, and it gets 20k power for the battle. And then if the chosen card's character name includes Turles in it, it gains double strike. So essentially it's a 1 cost 20k boost to a leader card or battle card for the battle. And if your leader card has Turles, so Turles Zeno or Turles, then it also gains double strike. So meaning you can put a 20k double, it's like a overpowered champer for this deck, which is very nice. To give like your leader or a Turles card 20k double strike, which is very powerful. And we play 4 copies because we switch off Tree of Might, and we might not want all 4 copies, but at least defensively you can use them as combo power. Just the 20k for 1 energy is very strong to combo out things, especially if your opponent's going tall. And also you can always search it to charge it and make use of it. And you can always make it so you can always get 1, because if you've got 1 in drop and you've got 1 in hand, you can always use Leader's Effect when it's awakened to add the card, to put the 1 you have in your hand back in your deck, at the bottom of your deck, and then add the card from your drop to your hand, so when it comes to your opponent's turn you then add the 1 you put back to keep gaining advantage. Because you're not really losing anything from that interaction either. Then we have 2 kill drivers, so there's another way to help us get the opponent's life face up if you want to, and also that serves as extra combo power to make use of your energy because you don't use much energy in this. And so it's an activate battle, where if your leader card is a Turles Crush Corpse card, and you flip up to one of your opponent's life face up, and then choose one of your leader cards or battle cards that gains 10k power for the battle, and you choose one or two effects. You either draw one, or if it's your turn, choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost greater than the current energy and KO it. So it's either a removal of something bigger than their energy on your turn, or it's a draw card, so either a 10k draw or a 10k and a removal. So it's got that utility. And also flipping the life face up means if you've got Fruit of the Tree of Might and then you have life face up, and you got 2 energy, you can kill driver, 10k, draw 1, flip the life up, then draw and 10k, and then Fruit of the Tree of Might add another 20k to it and flip that life face down. So good utility that. And we only got play 2 because it still requires an energy and it's not searchable as the other cards, so we just only got 2 for those instances, and just to have some removal in the deck. And then for the last extra card, we have 2 homicidal clones, because most decks now they run the free token negate, and this is more useful than Shocking Death Ball because of the fact that it can stop 2 attacks with Shocking Death Ball. It can also potentially stop 2 attacks, but this is easier to stop 2 attacks than the other one because it gives you a token blocker rather than Shocking Death Ball popping it 2 or less. And we've played 2 because of space. We're trying to have every cards put in, but you can always side more copies. And then we have, I was playing 2 Mecha Bird Broken Seal. This just helped because we're trying to play 60 cards because we can always fin quicker, and this deck can even go into like a longer game format. This deck can function quite well by holding off longer and longer the base you just grind out, and where you can just control your opponent's board and rip cards from hand with King Vegeta and Turles Dark Power Unleashed. You can always control your opponent's hand and then pressure higher with your lead. We want Mecha Bird to help deal with strategies where they're quite linear and and have like a lot of repetition, like say like Broly BR and Gogeta Zeno as prime examples, or even Sin Shenron, where they normally have multiple of the same kind of like cost and character card, like Sin Shenron 8 and Sin Shenron, and then you've got Gogeta Zeno 6 and Gogeta, and then Broly and a certain cost, or Broly BR and a certain cost of Broly BR, to stop him from playing that card a turn, to hold him off for a turn. And since you don't pay much energy playing things, you may play things for free or for 1 energy, Mecha Bird can always be played and be useful. And even then, it's then deflect, and also just 15k swing if you need it. They're also playing Oceanus Shenron, because we got some decks in the meta now, like U7 Goku, which they're drawing a lot, filtering through, and this in some time, if this can be used and then hit the board and trigger its counter attack, then it can stop, like basically just hold them off for a turn, almost like doing a baby hatch, because as it goes on, the less cards your opponent's got in deck, the more they have to worry, because then if this does hit the board, they've got a mill 4 every turn, or every next attack, if it lands. And when it comes to the point where it's going to later game, unless they know they can get through and kill you, which in green you can got defensive with Dormant and then Homicidal Clones and blockers and stuff like that. Normally your opponents can just end their turn right there and just stop and just pass to you. So this is a really nice card, and you can always replace this out, like I normally set this out for depending on the situation. If I've got a deck that's quite low on hand, I can switch out for the green Majin Buu negate. So it's this game kind of thing, but it means they have to discard 2 cards if they want to attack, which means the hand's low, and you can always change it out for that. But then sometimes you will side out because nowadays decks are adapting, like U7 Goku is putting in the free drop for Cheetah to help stop this from being played, because it needs to be played to get that effect off, and then Vegeta's only costing 1 once you get the free energy, while this is costing 2. But then green is not too bad with the defense to carry on after that. And that's why when you play 3 copies, because it doesn't, also it's not being a green card means it doesn't add to the charging, which is a thing. Then we got the secret rare of the deck. Like, there are quite a few good green secret rares, like we're even getting a new one with the Invader's Vow. But I've gone for Pan Time Patrol Maiden because it helps with the whole defense of being able to stop your opponents from almost a whole turn of attacking by stopping their battle cards from attacking, and it's very easy to get us down to being played for free because you're spamming the board with little guys and building up a board, and if your opponent's doing it as well, adds to it as well. And being such a great secret rare, and the fact that I own one, you can have it. If you could change this for different secret rares, like you play the Kapita Ukai Absorbed secret rare, because that also helps with stopping the attack. It just costs 2 energy and like Pan being free, and activation in the battle. and being 8 costs, it's hard to stop. So you can place it that, or you can, because you can't really play Celceno in this deck, so I would recommend, if you don't have this one, you can get the Kabuto Kai Absorbed, or even a new Invader's Vow when it comes out. Or, yeah, Invader's Vow or Lineage, depending. Or you don't even have to play a Secret Rare if you don't want to. That's a never option. And now I've got 4 Bollock the Eliminator. This is a never card that just literally just uses combo off of discard effects, like discarding off of Lakeshi, or by just discarding off of Oceanus, or just comboing to help defend. I can use this, and this I prefer to use this over the Goquape, because sometimes 2 energy is a bit too much to be able to use at the draw 2, whereas just 1 energy to draw an extra 1 a turn, well, when I need it, it's more handy. I feel like that. And also this whole deck is also functionable in the upcoming UW series cup events. So if you wanted to try this out on them, this will be totally legal. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not the next card, Fu, though. No, apart from Fu, but you can always change that for something else. But all this outside of Fu will be legal for the UW series cup events as well. And yeah, this Bardock just allows you to combo up a little bit, help combo out, while also then drawing more cards to while not using anything from your hand as well. And it's just great discards off of other things. Then we have a way to help finishing off with Food Dark Punisher, because as I said, we can go to games, we can play out games where we're controlling our opponent's hand by ripping a card with King Vegeta, ripping a card out with Turles Power Unleashed, just controlling your opponent's board and their hand. And Fu can help facilitate trying to push if you need to. We can easily fill up the drop with 8 cards. It's not that much of an issue to do that. And dropping this then gives you free 25k swings, which is actually quite decent, and also puts a pressure on your opponent by making it so if they want to activate any effects whatsoever, they have to warp a card from their hand to do so. If they want to activate a negate, they have to lose a card from hand to do the negate. If they want to use any effects to any effects whatsoever, they've got to lose a card from their hand. So the lower their hand becomes, the less likely they have effects to do. Like if they want a super combo, it's no longer just free 10k replace itself. It's now costing them a card, because to activate the auto on the super combo, they need to warp a card from their hand. So they've lost a card from that, and they're not gaining any. They're not just like free comboing out of something, comboing towards coming out of something. They're actually losing cards still from that, which is nice. And it's a very good secret. It's like a nice alternative now since Fu Shrouded is gone, because Fu Shrouded would have been here otherwise. But as a deck, it's a full 60 cards deck, because it's just designed to be later game, not early game, but can help you defend quite well with aggression and just control. And it's a fun deck, and I enjoy playing it as well. I do quickly have as well the side deck for it as well that I was playing, which I will amend. It's just a quick side deck I put together, which was replaced with Unison, the Bardock Parental Unison, to replace the Vegeta. This is more like you play a little bit earlier and helps control your opponent's comboing to help defend, and if you're pressuring hard enough, or certain decks where they combo to play things and stuff like that, this helps push that down. 2 Vegetas to help against blue for if they're using, so they stop them from wanting to use D magic or not get the full benefit of D magic. I would probably replace it. I didn't have any copies in person of the Kami from set 7 that does the same but affects more, not just focus on counter plays that untap, but more anything untaps during their turn. But I didn't have any of those, so I would probably switch this one out for Kami if I had copies, and you did get some still. Then, as I said, the Boon Negate switch out for Oceanus, because this switches where Oceanus is for when opponent's deck's getting thin to help defending easier, whereas this is when your opponent's hand's getting low if you're going for a more hand control route against certain decks. Then you have Cheer and Swell the Fist, where if you're playing against blue and you're playing the mid, as I said, this deck's playing the mid-range game. If you're going against blue, they normally have the Turn and the Tide to play. So you've got this card maybe put up to 2 for that deck. So switch out for Mecha Cabera for this to help stop Turn Tide, so they lose their hand but you don't lose yours, and keep going for the mid range. And then we have Blue Impulse, a great card if you're playing any green deck with a Unison strategy. It's basically just if you play anything in your turn, you pop the board. You can even play it for 2 energy if you want to. It's not too bad. But if you've got Unison, it comes down to a 1-drop. And then Big or More for any deck that plays big threat like big things like U7, Sin Shenron, or anything, or like Goji Zeno, things like that to help defend and hinder them for a turn for turn attacking with the big things. But that is everything. That is the whole deck profile, especially the deck that I played for the locals. So feel free to like the video if you enjoyed the deck and the description of it. Feel free to comment down below if we missed or any questions or any tech choices you have as suggestions. I don't mind hearing from it to improve this deck because I do like playing this. Well, yeah, I had a lot of fun playing this. And also feel free to subscribe. It keeps you updated with my videos as and when they drop. And by clicking the notification bell, it helps you get alerts to notify when my videos do drop, and helps me get to my goal of 1,000 subs, currently further away there. So once again, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.